recently I have been playing SkyFactory 3 kind of unhealthily, compulsively, and I think I'm done with the modpack. I'm not like entirely done with it, but I'm done enough that I'm just done with it. I'm ready to move on to something else. And so I thought that before I go ahead and just stop playing and like lose all the information that I have in my head, I could do a little video and just walk through everything that I have done so far to start. I think it might actually be this tree right here. I don't remember if I moved my original starting dirt block, which would be right here. I think that was my spawn, and then I just sort of expanded from here. And depending on what block at the time I was focusing on farming is what the platforms were built out of. Over here it's oak. Over here there's some birch. And like back there, that's birch because that was built after that was built. This is also entirely made of birch. This is the most recent. Actually, this is made of jungle, which I very much don't like. I'm not a big fan of the pink. And then over here is some dark oak. And then all of the ugly stuff that I don't want to stick around and like hang out around is built out of cobble. That is obviously the nether portal. I don't think there's a reason to go in there. But this is my mob grinder, and I'm really hoping it isn't too terribly loud. I think it'll be okay. But we're gonna take a peek inside right here. So this is cursed earth, which I believe rapidly increases the mob spawn rate. And in addition to that, they get stuck a little, but I have a bunch of mob fans which push enemies, just funneling them down over here into the kill pit, where I have 3 of these mob mashers which just deal a bunch of damage, and then they also have a high looting chance to get as many items out of them as possible. And then this all down here is just a way to filter the drops out of them. Over here is where the experience gets funneled. And apparently I have 257 total levels just sitting right here. And then this is the item filtration system. If we look back here, there's a trash can and a transfer node pushing things from in this, it's hard to see it, the small storage crate into the trash can. If we look at this filter right here, it's a little difficult to see. So this is a blacklist. This means that any of these items listed here will not go through to the trash can. So we're gonna put that back. But right there. I messed up. Every item that was in there is now trash. stacks of chance cubes in there, and they are all gone now. Whoops. Oh, dang it. Okay. So, this is an auto crafter. We have all of the loot bags going over to here, and they can be crafted into the next higher tier. So, I think the lowest, the highest that can drop is the rare loot bag. So we have common, uncommon, rare, epic, and the legendary. And so we just have all of them crafting into each other. And then all of the legendary ones get outputted into this little drawer right here. And that is essentially the end of that. This was the first chance cube that I opened, and I have no idea what. I should explain what a chance cube is probably. It is essentially a cube of chance. That is my wither killing room. Gonna come all the way over here, and we're gonna drop a chance cube, and we break it. And you get like a 50-50 chance of having something that is good or having something that is bad every time you break one. And I'm not really interested in any of these, as I can farm an infinite amount of any of these. These are all just basic vanilla items. And now the chest is gone. And that one is a poor villager who has now been exploded. Okay. So, I was just saving those because they can be a little fun to open. But I forgot we were talking about the icosahedron. I had no idea what that was actually supposed to do, so I looked it up, and I think the thing I read said that it has like a 50-50 chance of summoning a wither. So I didn't want to chance it being so close to my base, so I just left it alone. But I've opened a couple of those, and I haven't gotten a wither so far, so I think the thing I read either I was wrong or it was wrong. Those are really the only two options you can have. And then this, oh boy, this was irritating to get to. This was like the first major advancement or project that I made. Right here we have a cobblestone generator, and from the cobblestone generator the items that it makes the cobblestone go up into this medium storage crate. This is just a bunch of cobble, and then those get piped into these auto hammers right here. If we that one. Okay, so with a hammer you turn cobble into gravel, gravel into sand, and sand into dust. And then over here are these sifters, where you want to sift all three of those blocks actually, because they all individually have their own drop rates whenever you sift them. So they were piped into these storage crates just to give you a bunch of resources. You combine these pieces combine into a chunk, which, depending on how you smelt it, if you use a furnace, I believe it gives you 1 ingot. But if you use a Tinker's smeltery, it gives you 2. And so this is mine. And once again, I do have to apologize for any airplanes flying over my house. But the smeltery, I believe I made it as long and as wide as physically possible before it just stops working. So well, if I'm done with this world, it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of cobble, and I'm gonna turn that on, and then 1 stack 2. Excuse me. That's what happened. I was so confused. Okay, 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, 4-ish stacks. I can smell 4-ish stacks of an item in there. Good lord. Okay. And then this. Okay, so sort of to talk about that, we have to talk about this, which I meant to do like from the get-go, and then I didn't. So this is the chicken farm. With these chickens, they have their own individual types. This is a vibrant alloy chicken, and it lays things. It lays feathers, manure, and the material that it is named after. Like this one is an ender pearl chicken. Ender pearl chicken. Very creepy looking. And this is essentially just I don't want to like speak in definites, but I would say this is the best way to farm just any item as long as it exists in chicken form. It is actually relatively fast. The only downside is, if you take a look at this nickel chicken, the growth rate, the growth is 10, the gain is 8, and the strength is 8. But if we take a look at this steel chicken, the growth, gain, and strength are all level 10. So the way that works is you get 2 chickens, and you put them sort of next to each other in a coop like this, and then they have a chance to lay an egg that has higher stat points. And so it's essentially a game of chance and waiting until they want to give you an egg that is just a higher level. All of these ones that are capped off with just 1 cobblestone are chickens that I have leveled to the max. They are 10, 10, 10. All of the ones that are not are not. And then all of the ones that are doubled are chickens that I have added to the automatic storage unit, is the best way to put it. Back here we have chickens, we have a wall of coops, and then we're using a bunch of transfer nodes and a lot of filters. All of these ones on the front have a whitelist for the item they lay, and all of the ones on the back have a blacklist for the item they lay. Therefore, everything except the item gets piped into this trash can, and all of the items get piped into their individual drawers. I apologize if I keep hitting the escape button too much in this video. I'm having to take a lot of breaks because my throat is just acting up. bushes. With these, they automate growing and harvesting of resources. If I get rid of those, it's gonna start going. So that is wheat. This is potatoes, which is turning into dirt through composting. This is inferium, which is a whole thing. This is wither skeleton seeds, which are turning into wither skeleton skulls. And this back here is end stone seeds, rather end essence seeds, which I personally am crafting into. Oh wow. I could really speed that up. I'm turning that into end stone, which is getting crushed and then sifted. And I'm keeping the pearls and the draconium dust. And I'm getting rid of the ender pearl powder. And Tinker's construct. These are my 4 Tinker's tools that I'm sort of actively using. This is my longbow, which, oh man, I don't even remember what I've made it out of. I think it should be the top modifiers, which are listed under the experience. So lightweight, momentum, and petra armor should tell you which parts I used for which pieces. And then this one should be ecological, insatiable, and cold-blooded. And this is lightweight, momentum, and petra armor, I think. Yeah. I remember this one because I used 2 pieces of cobalt and 1 piece of ardite. And then this is my battle sign, which I've been working on making indestructible. It's made of a steel plate and a magma slime handle, I think. Okay, now with that out of the way. So, the main reason I'm sort of done with this is I'm gonna get into a different game, and so I'm just sort of going to lose interest for this one, and eventually all the knowledge that I have for this game is just gonna go out the window. I'm considering finding a totally legal way to buy Kingdom Hearts and attempt to play that. I've always sort of been interested in that series, but I was never able to play it. Stumbling over my words a lot today. I was never able to play it. And I'm just really in the mood to try it out. So I think that's gonna be like the next game I get obsessed with, assuming everything turns out well. Yeah, there's not really much to show anymore. It's a little disheartening just looking at how tiny the world is, but I have put 281 days into this world, Minecraft days, but still, that is a lot of days. A lot of my time is honestly just waiting for these chickens to lay better eggs. There are so many of them. So many of them. But, yeah. It was definitely a fun modpack to play, SkyFactory 3. I would specific mod you want to play unless, well, I guess it does. But this one just has a lot to it, but it is very mechanical and sort of industrial with like automation of things. And I think that might be the end of the episode. It was a little shorter than I was anticipating. This is probably going to be like about 20-ish minutes. So at that, going to end looking at the chicken farm. Feel free to leave a like if you liked what you saw/heard, or subscribe if you want to watch more of my content or be notified when I upload. I hope you have a lovely morning.